Welcome to the Undrafted Free Agents Live Podcast, the football podcast for football nerds. Here are your hosts, Richard and Murph.
Again, because our mics. We're off. That's us.
That's us, yeah.
We're live.
That's the exact production value
Live,
we're going for.
yeah. Live taping, live TV.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah, for recording that.
Yeah. Just not 10 minutes ago or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
Whatever.
Totally pre-planned.
Totally, we're like, it's a busy week. So my son's birthday had a bunch of things to do, and all of a sudden we're like, we didn't record an intro for this week. But yeah.
All good now.
Welcome back to the Undrafted Free Agents podcast. We have another great week, week of football.
Mm-hmm.
A very full week. You know, when you get a Thursday night game, you get a Sunday morning game.
Yes.
You get 2 Monday night games. Like the whole barrel is.
It's like they don't want you to do
times.
anything else with your life.
Yeah. It was tough because I was at New York Comic Con, so I did that, and then Thursday night we watched the game.
Yeah.
And I also have like my grad school work, which is due like Thursday night, Sunday
Yes.
night. So like football and my grad school work, they're kind of like Pavlovianly linked in my mind. You know, when I sit down to a game, I have in my mind I should also be doing my schoolwork.
So we have Thursday night, Sunday morning, all day Sunday pretty much.
Yeah.
And then Monday night, 2 games. What's like the next like frontier? What's the next day that the NFL is just going to claim? Like they already took Christmas Day from the NBA.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's been theirs for like decades. Wonder what the next day is going to be.
I wonder if they they did Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And it really like slides, right? You have time, a break for lunch.
Yes.
You just have your lunch. And then it slides right into the barrel of the afternoon games. Maybe they just continue stretching out in times. Like, let's start a 5 a.m. game.
Yeah, just...
Where in the world is it the right time to play football? 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's like the Fast and Furious movies. Like, we know they're not great, but we're just going to keep on making them, and you're going to watch them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's gonna make more money than
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. All right.
What a week. What a week. Yeah.
Right.
There were some good games. I can't even remember. I looked back earlier today just to get a refresher. What was the Thursday night game again?
Ooh, put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Thinking all the way, a lot of football has happened between now and then. Do you want to look it up? And
let me look it up.
Fill it in. So I think this week is when you start to see the separation, or like at least the distinguishing of like the frauds versus like the legit teams.
Yes. It was a good week to kind of see who's rising.
Yes.
Right. Rising to the top. I'm checking here in my Pick'em league. That's like my way of of finding out now.
Everyone has their format.
Yeah.
I want to say
it's tough on my phone to do this. No, we're gonna skip that. We'll come back.
It'll come back.
It'll come back.
It'll come back to us.
But these Thursday night games, that my whole point was like, in past years they've been not watchable.
Yeah.
They've been very watchable, very palatable.
Yeah.
I think it took a while for the teams to figure out their practicing pattern.
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do when they have a short week? And, it's been around long enough that they've done it. Coaches traded notes. They figured out their good rhythm. We're getting good games now, good quality games.
What was it just the other week? It was Tampa Bay, and who was it?
It was Tampa, Atlanta.
That was it. Yes.
Week. And
yeah.
we talked,
it just went
we
back
talked
and
about
forth,
that
back
here
and forth.
In episode 2. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like the London games. Like you feel like teams are going into that game a little bit more prepared, less sleepy than they had in previous years.
Yeah. Yeah. Just with anything, it takes time and practice. Let it marinate.
Yeah.
Ruminate. Right. And just like with us, right? We're all practiced. We're ready for first down now.
Yeah.
So we're going to go right
Let's
into
do that.
it. Let's head over to our first down here. And for first down, we're going to do this or that. We're going to get some tough choices here. We're going to have to make some decisions. It's almost time to vote.
Yes.
So we're going to challenge each other with some choices here.
Okay.
Do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
Yeah, let me go
Or do you want
first.
to go? Let's go back and forth, right? And you'll go first.
Okay. So my first this or that is Patrick Mahomes based, because why wouldn't it be?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You saw
So
that run.
yes, yeah.
Oh my god, that was a Patrick Mahomesian run. He's
Yeah.
like kind of magical. in
Yeah.
that you can't believe that just happened.
Yes.
And I can see it. I can understand the haters and be like, you know, this is like something to do with the refs or whatever.
Yeah.
But
So
whatever it is, there's magic happening.
I was talking to our buddy Anthony today. Mahomes has
He's a
more
Niners fan.
interceptions. Yeah. Yeah. More interceptions than touchdowns this year. And we're like
Yes.
pretty deep into the year.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
week
After that
sample.
game, that stat was like thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I
But-
believe it.
Yeah, but like that's like the perfect example where you can look at that and say, okay, like there are quarterbacks who have way more touchdowns than interceptions, but that you need the more advanced stats because like Mahomes,
Right.
when you need him to be Mahomes, is Mahomes and just
Right.
knocks it out of the park. Like I know you can look at those numbers and get deceived.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't have this. We don't get this. But the true measure would be remove Mahomes
Yes.
from that team and then see what happens.
So-
And based on watching the gameplay, you can say like there are things that happen on the field because of Mahomes that wouldn't happen without
You
him.
think it's a big step down to Carson Wentz?
Did you see the play they put him in?
Yeah, they both were on there. Yeah, they're just trying to beat Madden on like expert level,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Right.
All right, so it's a
Okay.
great segue. So, would you rather? So this or that? Okay, Patrick Mahomes on your team for 1 year. Okay, or would you like 3 consecutive 1-1 picks? So like the first overall pick for 3
Right.
straight years.
Right. And not with the attachment that the team has been like terrible and deserving of.
No,
no
you
one.
just got it.
Just get the number one
Yeah.
picks.
What do you think? Okay, I can give you some.
Wow, that's a good one.
That's a good right.
Because
Yeah.
you are a championship contender for that 1 year.
Okay. And on top of that, I'm going to try to play both sides.
Okay.
So you Mahomes instantly makes you a Super Bowl contender. Instantly. And we saw it with Rodgers and we saw it with Brady. There are certain players, almost always quarterbacks, when they go to the team, that team becomes the destination for free agents. So you're not just getting Mahomes.
Right.
You're going to get all of the top free agents because they're just going to want to
True.
go there.
True. I mean, although you can see Aaron Rodgers is doing a lot of work to get.
Yes, yeah.
Here's
Brady is the best example of that.
and understanding that my team is the New York Giants,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's part of my answer, and I would take Mahomes.
Okay. Yeah.
I would take the guarantee that we would be in the Super Bowl because that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like honestly
You can
inevitable.
take whatever offensive line because that was the 1 year they went
Mm-hmm.
to the Super Bowl. They didn't have a great offensive line. They didn't win that one. But the Giants have a decent offensive line, a great one with Andrew Thomas. But unfortunately, he's out.
Yeah.
Good enough skill players. The Giants receivers with Neighbors are, I'd say, almost equal to what Mahomes is working with now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair.
And
Yeah.
you get that chance to win. Now, the reason why it's important that the Giants is I have my own personal thing with the Giants and Super Bowls, right? And you're shaking your head. I think you know this. Since I was a kid, they've won a Super Bowl in every decade.
Yeah.
They won one in the 80s, one in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s.
Yeah.
They haven't gotten to 2021
Yeah.
yet. So
But that
I need
pattern's
them
going
to
to
get a
definitely hold
Super
true.
Bowl. Yeah. I need them to get a Super Bowl in the 2020s so we can continue with this.
Yeah.
So,
So 6
I'll
more
take the
years.
1 year of Mahomes.
Okay. Yeah.
Get that.
So-
And, number one draft picks. Well, man,
There
in the previous episode,
Yeah.
we spoke about my feeling about number one draft.
outside of quarterbacks,
it's
they're
tough.
they're usually a pretty safe bet.
That's true.
Outside of quarterbacks. So like if you
It's not like the Giants need a quarterback.
yeah, no. Yeah, quarterbacks, like even like the top pick, it's still like a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
And that's, if you look at Caleb Williams right now and Jaden Daniels are both having awesome careers.
Right.
Although the stats say that like one of those two QBs is going to fizzle out because that when QBs go 1 and 2, one of them always kind of has is like a bust. But like Caleb Williams, could you have gotten drafted into a better situation at the first overall pick than the Bears? It's like what were they? We'll say 7 and 10. Like no one gets drafted first overall to a 7 and 10 team
even.
as a quarterback.
Like 8 and 9. And
yeah. Unfortunately, they're in the best division in football now, so they're in last place with a 4-2 record. Which
I was
is
just
wild.
looking at that division's because it rolls into like my question.
Yeah,
that division is nuts.
All right.
So
Great segue. So I think we're both saying Patrick Mahomes, right?
I'm saying Patrick. You're saying Patrick.
Okay.
Mahomes, so
4 picks. Still Mahomes.
4 picks. Still Mahomes.
5.
It's such the draft is such a gamble.
5.
The past 5 years of Giants first round picks.
Yeah.
Worth what? Worth nothing. Right.
Okay. But it's 1-1. It's 1-1.
It's 1-1.
Yeah. So 5 1-1s.
Yeah.
Still Mahomes.
I'm sticking.
Okay. Is it like the free market question? Like you can't put a price tag on Mahomes' contract?
Right. And it's like you know what you're gonna get versus the big mystery.
Yeah, that is true.
You know, a bird in hand, all that.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
Old school logic. Okay.
Like
I know I
card.
texted you, and I was like, it's gonna be this or that, like. Choice. But I have a choice of 3 things. Okay. All right. So, pick a team.
Okay.
All right. And you can look at this however you want. I'll suggest a way to look at it, but you can maybe pick a couple different ways. But you've got Jets, Cowboys, Niners.
Jets, Cowboys.
Okay.
Niners.
We've got teams that started the season off high expectations, floundering now, right? You can look at it and say which one is in the best position to, reclaim their season, or however you want. Like which are you picking?
Oof. Who can reclaim their season?
Yeah.
So we said Jets, Cowboys, Niners.
Yeah.
All right. So I might go with Niners because that division's pretty weak. Seattle doesn't look great. They're leading the division. Arizona, even though they won last night with an impressive win over the Chargers, I don't think they're much to write home about. And the Rams, like they're just all like right around each other. So I can see those division games just kind of like, I think it's going to come down to the last week.
Right.
So they get in with win their division and they're good. I don't see the Cowboys.
Well, if you think about that argument, last week I think the Jets were playing the Bills.
Yeah.
And the winner would have had first place in the AFC East. In the AFC East, that contains the Dolphins without Tua, the Patriots, who are without an identity.
Yeah.
Right. And the Bills, who, they can Josh Allen up at any moment.
Yeah.
And then look at the Cowboys in the NFC East, where, it's the NFC East.
The Commanders look really good.
The Commanders do look good.
Really good.
But
Daniels is the real deal.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's okay.
But that's a young team, inexperienced.
Yeah.
And the rest of the NFC East, it's the Giants are terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
Not looking great.
And so,
I'm still going to stick with Niners because I think that
Okay.
division's not that great. They have that like playoff experience.
Right.
Even last year, like it's funny how like NFL fans like minds like get completely erased. Like they were just in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But a couple months ago. So like they have that kind of built in. If anyone can still wear their jersey and is not injured, like, they should be okay.
And it's like that thing with the recency bias.
Yes.
And the fact that in the NFL, it's one game at a time.
Yeah.
And so
that model is perfect.
They had a bad game against
one
the
game
Chiefs.
a week.
They could be a completely different team next week, no matter who they play. Like the parity, and again that one game at a time model. But it's true when fans see a game like the last game, it looks like you're ready to flush your jersey down the toilet.
You know what we should do in a later podcast? We should go back the NFL season and just be like, how did this game happen? how did the Patriots beat the Bengals? How did
Right.
whoever beats the Chiefs beat the Chiefs? Like, you know what I mean? Because there's
Yeah.
going to be 4 or 5 games. Like, where did this come from?
Right. True.
All right. I think that was a good this and that.
Do you want to do another one or?
Oh, I thought we'd do one.
We do one?
Yeah.
I'll throw you a bonus one then.
Okay.
This will be a quick one.
Go for it.
Would you rather wear the Guardian cap or 4th concussion?
Oh, definitely guarding it. That's going to be the norm pretty soon. That is definitely.
Yeah.
They actually look pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
They look pretty good. You'll know they're for real when like people have them on their desk, like the mini
Yeah.
desk helmets. Like when they start selling those.
Right.
Yeah, I'm shocked they actually like. I thought they were going to look terrible. They look pretty spot on.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw it too as
Yeah.
announcement, right?
Yeah. He's got to wear it, right?
No.
We know he's not going to wear it.
Oh, so he did a press conference. So this is news, and that's why I
Yeah.
brought it up.
Oh, okay.
And they asked him if he's going to wear the Guardian cap. He said no.
Oh, that.
And he said, well, they asked why not. He said personal choice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I was as baffled as you are.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure, Tua?
Yeah.
And-
It seems like someone who had a head injury should not
Be making these
yeah,
decisions.
should not be making these like significant
You're right.
injuries the last couple of years.
It's like CTE is deciding for him right now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
Oh.
Just shook my head.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll give him some time.
So in the 90s,
Yeah.
they had something like the Guardian caps. And I'm surprised that it's not around now because it was, it looked more like a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what material they used. It was still the squishy stuff, but it had that like glossiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to pull up some pictures of this.
Yeah.
Because I remember famously Kelso on the Bills. I think Alex Kelso. Someone's going to have to look that up. Special team specialist, safety. He wore one. And I think when they played the Giants in that Super Bowl, he was wearing one. I don't know what they called it at the time.
Do you remember baseball? Remember John Olerud?
I know the name.
Yeah, he used to wear a batting helmet on the field.
Uh-huh. Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't a batting helmet, actually. It was like, remember the old school catchers would wear that helmet that would just turn backwards?
Yeah.
It was that.
Ah.
Yeah. In soccer, Peter Crouch was a goalkeeper, and he would wear a rugby helmet in games.
Oh, like the soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably the same stuff.
Right, yeah. All right. Well, that was first down.
Mm-hmm.
This or that. Have some choices. Second down here, we'll get to our main story. And
We
then
should
second
again
down,
put that on some kind of vote. I don't know what
Right.
platform we can put that on, but we should definitely do that.
I told you to put it on IG. Gotta
Like
figure
5
that
people
out,
would vote.
right?
All right, but yes, we will. That would be our goal this week.
Join our Instagram.
Yes. Is it?
Undrafted Free
I think
Agent
it's like
Pod.
on the bottom, right?
It is there. It's down
Okay.
there. Look down.
Yeah.
It's underneath.
Shockingly, Undrafted Free Agents podcast was an
Follow
available
us,
username.
like us. I mean, with all our stuff. This is a great podcast,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Tell all your friends. Join us here. Third down. What we got for? No, we're on second down.
Second
down. Our main story. We are looking at what? I write these things in and I forget.
We were looking at 3 trades we'd like to see.
Three trades.
Yeah, because the trade deadline's coming up.
Yeah.
We already saw some big moves last week. So, what are some trades you'd like to see this week?
I'll start.
Go for it.
Mahomes to the Giants.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Done. I don't know why it hasn't been done sooner.
Flacco to the Giants. We'll take anybody. Daniel Jones is not the guy. He's not terrible. I like,
Yeah. He's.
it's hard to knock the guy. He puts in effort.
Yeah.
He does
Seems like
the most
like a nice
he can
guy.
do.
Yeah.
Right? No off the field stuff. But when you put it on the field, you can see the results.
Yeah.
And he's like, he does yeoman's work, but
Yeah.
he's not a star.
We'll take anyone but Watson, please.
Anyone but Watson.
Yeah.
Man, and that turned out kind of the way you expected it
Yeah.
to.
Yes.
Right?
Did you see?
There
what
was
the-
one way for
Yeah.
Cleveland to get out of
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Oh. All right. So was that your first one?
That's my first one.
Okay. So mine does also involve quarterbacks. So Flacco. I feel like we talk about every single week.
Yes.
We're not like a Flacco podcast, but
No.
like we just keep on bringing it
No.
up. I hope he somehow, some way sees this, hears this.
Yeah. He will be getting an email from us inviting
Yes.
him.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Okay.
And I went to school with him at Delaware, so just throw that in there and see what.
Send it from your Delaware email.
Yeah, I still have that. Yeah. So Flacco, it seems like the Colts are pretty set on Richardson, which is shocking. He's well below Flacco's yards per game, touchdown to interception ratio, and complete percentage.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it is. We got to get Flacco a new home. And what better place than Cleveland?
Oh, my God.
Run it back.
Run
It
it
worked
back.
last year. Just play the hits. Just
Yeah.
bring it back. Why not?
It's a story.
It's a story? Okay.
It's a story.
All
NFL
right.
loves stories.
Yeah,
right?
just why not?
Why
Can
not?
you win comeback player of the year twice for the same team? Having
mean,
with
he's
Pennington,
literally-
Chad Pennington, but separate years.
Yeah. He's literally coming back.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say either Cleveland or how cool would it be, Flacco, as a Raider. I know it.
Oh.
Yeah. AOC's done, not done. Is gonna be out for a couple games.
Right,
Broke a hand, right?
I actually didn't see that
Yeah.
injury. I just thought he was out. And,
Yeah.
made me
So-
think of Minshew coming back.
Yeah, yeah,
and after
that's
losing your job, that's
Great,
tough.
great foreshadowing, by the way.
Right.
All right, so Flacco to Cleveland. All right, so
My second
yeah.
trade,
Mhm.
somebody, and I was kind of like looking with Anthony, our resident Niners fan. We talk about him a lot. We're gonna get him on the show at some point. Somebody send some help to the Niners.
Yes.
Send them a wide
Oh, that's
receiver.
a great segue.
Oh my God! And you
Who's
look
going
around,
to the Niners?
all the receivers that could be sent, are, like they're gone, right? Adams got lured over.
Did you see Adams lost to the Steelers twice in 7 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Amari Cooper,
Yeah.
who in the beginning of the season they were talking about like trading Ayuk for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone. So I don't know.
I have a name.
Hunter Renfro.
Uh,
Send somebody.
Garrett Wilson.
Oh.
Yes, from the Jets to the Niners. Not working out with
That would be
Rodgers.
amazing, yeah.
They have that kind of cool handshake they do, but that's about all the connection they have.
Right.
So why not just send him to the Niners, see what you can get back.
Yeah. It's weird. Like all of a sudden, with the value of a wide receiver, they're all locked up now.
Mhm.
It used to be a lot of those guys like moved around a lot.
Yeah.
But you need, and almost the depth of the wide receivers that you need
Yeah.
is kind of like we were talking about with the quarterbacks. Like you need a lot of them. A fan favorite, at least for me, like a giant fan favorite, started popping up. Sterling Shepard. Have you
Yeah,
seen him
mhm.
playing in Tampa? I love what Baker Mayfield's doing. By the way, they lost, but
Yeah.
he's playing great. I love to see that. So yeah, wide receivers, man.
Okay.
You need 3 or 4, and the Niners are down like their first 4, starting with like a gunshot wound.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh god. Yeah. It's like the Madden curse is trying to prove itself. Like, you guys thought I wasn't real.
Right.
I'm gonna wreck this whole team up.
Yeah.
All right. So that was my second one. Do you want me to go to my third or?
That was sure. Yeah.
Okay. So Garrett Wilson does go to the Niners. That's a done deal.
Okay.
Sorry, Jeff.
That was your second.
That was my
so
second
we
one.
have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
So keeping in the same vein, another receiver, not super happy right now, Tyreek Hill. Okay, down to QB3. It's not looking good. I think was it Tim Boyle that played for the Dolphins? Yeah, that's never a great sign. So why not just set him free, let him do his thing? How great would he be in Detroit?
You are obsessed with Tyreek Hill being happy.
Yeah. I feel bad. Like all those wide receivers, they just want the ball, and
Yeah.
when they can't get the ball, they get super frustrated
Right.
and angry, and just
Oh, the sadness of wide
Yeah.
receivers.
Mhm. And the Lions are going to lose Williams. I think Williams is their wide receiver 3. Just announced 2-game suspension
Right.
for performance enhancement or whatever
Yeah.
whatever they call it nowadays. So for like the 3rd week in a row. Tyreek Hill.
Let's mix that up and let's send him to San Francisco. I think
All right.
Detroit's not motivated to like they can win without whatever they're playing.
Yeah,
good enough.
They've won recently, so they're fine.
Yeah, I think San Francisco would take that. That's not bad. San Francisco, John Lynch, make it happen. Reach out.
Yeah,
To McDaniels, your boy.
If you were talking about reaching out, I think every NFL GM, like every single day, would just call the Chiefs like, "Hey, is Mahomes available?" Just like, why not?
Yeah.
Every single day, like
Right.
5 minutes out of your day, just like maybe something weird happened, maybe they're just not feeling it, maybe Jackson Mahomes finally pissed them off enough to like just get him out of town. Yeah, it's 5 minutes every day.
Yeah,
just try it.
That's good.
That's
good.
Do you have one last trade you want to talk about?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
You got really excited.
Huh?
You got really excited.
Yeah.
I'm now super tuned in.
We've got Jim Harbaugh in the league now.
Yes.
Right, and not just in the league; he's in LA.
Yes.
And how wild would it be? What kind of reality shows would we get if Kelsey ended up in LA?
Oh.
With a Swiftie.
Yes. Okay. I'm liking it.
Gonna see
not
him
having
on
a great
film.
season with the Chiefs.
He's having a great season. It's a different kind of season.
It's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that.
I mean, if you're 6-0, how bad can your season be?
Yes, that is true. Yeah. It's hard to say anything about the Chiefs. Yeah. All right. So he goes to LA.
Right. And I don't know. Does Taylor Swift, where is she located? I just made
she's
the
from like
assumption.
Pennsylvania originally.
But
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure that's not where she
I think
is
yeah. She has to be in LA.
She has to be in LA, right?
Yeah.
She's got that
definitely.
vibe.
She probably has multiple houses, but
Yeah.
one of them has to be in LA.
Yeah. Hit us up in the comments if you know anyone who knows.
Yeah.
Interact.
Talk about like a major upgrade going from Kansas City to LA.
Right.
Yes.
In some senses. Downgraded in some.
Traffic. Yeah.
Yeah. Herbert.
Oh no, I just meant the city.
Oh, the city.
Yeah, not the team.
You have been to Kansas City. I've never been to Kansas City.
Yes, I've been to both of them. Fun fact: they're two separate cities. People don't realize that.
One is not in Kansas.
Yeah, one's in Missouri, one's in Kansas. KCK and KCMO. Yeah, that's what they call them. It's not. I'm not making them up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a real thing. But yeah, so I like that. I think that'd be really interesting.
All right, those are your ideas. That's your homework, GMs. Go out there, make it happen,
Yeah, and call the Chiefs about Mahomes.
and call the Chiefs.
5 minutes every day.
All right.
All right, third
Moving
down.
on. Third down. Here we go. Third down. We got
Yeah.
Dirty Jobs.
Yeah.
Do you remember that show? Dirty
Yes,
Jobs
yeah.
with Mike, whatever his name was.
Yeah. I can picture him. The hat and it's like covered in dirt. Yeah.
Right.
NFL jobs you'd hate to have.
Yeah. Mine was kind of weak, so I'll start. I was just like, well, actually.
Do you want to go back and forth? We'll go.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth.
All right.
I had one that was pretty weak. Maybe I'll finish with that.
All right.
Because the other, watching the Niners game out in San Francisco, it was an evening game for us. Or was it the afternoon game? It was the 4:00 game. And it was like midday out in the West Coast. The sun was like beating down on them. And I saw the offensive line for the Niners. Oh, no, it was the Chiefs.
Yeah.
On the bench. And it was sunny and hot.
Yeah.
They had the backup offensive lineman standing up in front of the starters on the
Like
bench.
a human shield? Like literally a human
Literally a
shield.
human shield to protect them from the sun. And when I was thinking about our notes, we were talking about having this this thing here, this dirty job thing. I was like, oh, that's degrading. That's
degrading.
a job. You know, if you were doing the job that a tent can do.
Yes. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's rough. Did you hear the story last week about the Niners that they wanted to change their jerseys for last week's game because of the heat? Did you not hear that?
I did not.
Yeah. So they wanted they wore all red last week.
Okay.
Or like the red jerseys, and they petitioned to the NFL like, hey, it's gonna be really hot. Can we wear white jerseys? And the NFL said no. Like apparently they have to submit that schedule like months in advance.
Oh.
So the NFL was like, nope. If you guys pass out, that's on you. Maybe get some offensive line backups to stand up and just
Right.
be a human shield.
It's like what would the Yankees jerseys in Seinfeld made out of?
Oh yeah, the cotton.
Cotton.
Yeah, it's more breathable fabric. Yeah, Manly split his pants. It's a great line. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So my first job is kind of a little bit bigger. Does anyone like to be the Eagles head coach? It just seems like the entire city is just constantly mad at you.
Right.
Like last week, he was yelling at fans after a win. Like it seems like such an ungrateful job. So Eagles head coach / Santa Claus at the Eagles Stadium.
Only thing worse,
Mm-hmm.
apparently, is being a Jets head coach.
Oh yeah. Did you hear that report that apparently Robert Salah has been like texting all the coaches regularly?
They said that on national TV.
Yeah. Like that's
they're in contact with him. He's in contact with them every day.
Is
I
he
mean,
like
what a
the-
stand-up guy.
Yeah. But like,
How
is he like, hey, do this? Like, is he like the puppet master?
who knows the dysfunction in that
Yeah,
organization
that's
is
wild. All right. So, just in general, Jets and Eagles head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green teams.
Any green
Head
teams?
coach, yeah.
All right. What's your
Oh,
next
my
job?
other one was like, I was when I was young, I thought I'd play football in the NFL. Yeah, right. But then you're like, oh, I'd love to coach. That seems like fun to me. It
Mhm.
does to like
Yeah.
seem like fun. And then a decade ago, I think, when Jim Harbaugh first came around into the league, excuse me, they chronicled like what his day to day.
Yes, I remember. I was
like-
with you when we read that article.
Right.
Yeah.
And he sees his family for like 1 hour in a
Yes. Yeah.
week, like every week, and the rest of the time he's like sleeping, working
Mhm.
out, eating at the facilities.
Yeah.
Um,
Literally, it's a great article on ESPN. It's like 5 a.m. to like 11:30
right.
p.m.
Right.
and it's filled the entire time.
Yeah. And he gets paid millions of dollars, but I'm sure he has like an assistant that gets paid
Yes.
nothing.
Yeah.
That needs to be on.
Or his assistant's assistant.
Right.
That's a thing too.
That seems like it would be a terrible
Yeah.
NFL job.
Oh yeah.
Who knows if you'll climb the ranks and become, McDaniel in Miami,
Yeah.
or if you'll just fizzle out.
That
and be
is
no
a
one.
great terrible job. That's
Yeah.
like because you're probably not making anywhere near like what he's making. You're probably like closer to minimum wage. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Like even if you look, I'm always amazed when coaches lose their job. You always see them pop up somewhere, like at a college or like a senior analyst for some team.
Yeah,
And they always talk, if you look at the documentaries, like there's the inner circle and the outer circle. So if you get like a job in the outer circle, like and when we talk about outer circle, like literally it's a meeting room with a big conference table with the
Right.
inner circle, and there's coaches on the outside. And a lot of those coaches are volunteers.
yeah,
So you could have the head coach of like New York Giants, Joe Judge, gets fired, comes back, and I think he's actually the defensive coordinator at Ole Miss now, or he's some coordinator.
right.
But he had a little bit of a gap where he's probably an analyst for some college team making nothing.
Yeah.
All right, one more.
Actually,
Dude.
before you go on,
Oh.
that reminds me of last week we talked about movies and TV, and Last Chance U came up.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Am I remembering this right? There was a season where they had a coach,
Yes,
right? And he was a volunteer coach.
and he lived in the dorms.
He lived in the dorms
with his family,
right,
wife, and 2 kids.
right. And I believe he wasn't getting paid
It. I can't remember if it
because
it,
he
it was
saw
either
it was like a
very
stepping
little.
stone for him.
Yeah, and the way it worked out, they gave him 2 dorm rooms, so his kids have 1 dorm room to themselves,
Right.
and him and his wife had the other one. So he'd have to like walk down the hall and into his kids' room.
Right.
That's wild. Too. That's
Uh-huh.
that. Yeah,
I mean, you've got to have a family that's all in for that.
yeah.
I can tell you, my
no.
family is not.
No, 100%.
Would not be all about that.
All right, should we do one more or 2 more? I got 2 lined up.
I'm done. You can do
All right, I'll do one more.
You do
I
one
got
more?
I
Yeah.
got one. The Carolina Panthers season ticket sales department. Have you seen these pictures of like their stadium like minutes before kickoff, and it looks like a Maction game on like a Tuesday night where it's just the parents
Right.
and the girlfriends and the significant others that go. It's like crazy.
I have
Like,
not seen that.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna
it's wild.
look it up.
If you get a chance, like just Google Carolina Panthers minutes before kickoff, and it's, I don't know what that seemed. It must feel like, we'll just say like 50,000, and there's like less than 1,000 people in that stadium.
Would that be one of the two teams we're sending to London?
Yes, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Right.
Sorry, whichever Carolina that's in. I think it's North Carolina, but sorry.
Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
deserve that team.
And then on top of it, you have to
I mean,
like,
you don't deserve to have that. Put on
yes,
you.
yeah. And then on top of it, like you have to be like, you know, do you want to come to the game and watch Andy Dalton try to like find some magic again, or yeah, it's just not a great situation. And ironically, not even the first overall pick this year.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's going to the Patriots. Yeah, because of the strength of schedule.
Oh.
Yeah. So
At this moment.
yeah, at this moment,
Well,
yes.
We'll see. I think the the Patriots will eke out a couple of wins more with Drake May. He looks all right.
Yeah, he dropped a little bit from like the preseason rankings to like when draft day finally came. Like Jaden Daniels just had an amazing season at LSU,
Right.
and skipped over him, but there was at least a little bit of discussion between him and Caleb Williams.
Yeah. I think maybe they're doing something right down there. You know, they put Brissett in for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
gave May some time to sit. You never think Brissett's an answer to your questions.
He wasn't the answer. Like, was it 7 years ago when he went to the Colts?
right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So with that done,
Fourth down.
start closing things out. Right.
All right.
Fourth down, we're going back to our crystal ball. We made some predictions last week. We're going to stick with that, but we're getting more specific, right?
Yes.
So we've got one undefeated team in the NFL
Yes.
right now.
We had to meet our Chiefs quota for this
Right.
episode. Yeah.
The only way to get views is
Yes.
either hate or love the
Yes.
Chiefs.
So we're going to look at the Chiefs' schedule because I don't think anyone thinks they're going 17-0 and then like.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
I will
no.
say as a
So we're going to try to
podcast-
predict
Oh, go ahead.
their first loss of the season. Okay.
Which I actually before the season started, I did hear one podcaster at least say they could run the table.
I think that was you.
That was me.
Yeah.
So we just had the Niners. They came out with a win there.
Yeah.
The score was 28-18, but
Mhm.
I think it was a little closer at the beginning, at least before guys started dropping.
Yeah.
Um,
And scary, we just haven't seen the Chiefs A game yet. We've seen like B+ at best.
That's
we
the
haven't.
thing. Like, we're looking at these games and they're not overwhelming,
They're not.
but at the same time, you don't really feel like they're gonna lose, right?
Mhm.
This,
It's kind of like when you play Madden, you're like, I know I'm losing right now, but
yeah,
it'll work out in the
yeah.
end.
It's almost like to the Chiefs, this is the preseason,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
So they are 6-0 next week.
Yeah. You want to list off the next 3-4 games?
Yeah, let's go through the season.
All right.
Right?
Go
'Cause
for it.
What we're trying to figure out is when there are going to be no
Gotcha.
undefeated teams in the
Mhm.
NFL. The Chiefs being the last
Yeah.
undefeated
When
team.
the 72 Dolphins are going to pop that champagne.
Right. So we've got the Raiders,
Okay.
then the Buccaneers,
Mm-hmm.
then the Broncos in the division. So that
Okay.
that means something.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the Bills.
Yeah. Week 11.
Okay. Week 12 is Carolina.
So we're going to pen that in as a win.
There you go. Week 13 is Las Vegas. Los Angeles, week 14.
They'll have Kelsey by then.
The Cleveland Browns, week 15.
Mhm.
Then we've got the Texans, the Steelers in week 17, and they close out with a division game, as the NFL always does.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I love, by the way.
Whoever decided that a few years back,
Yeah.
I hope they got, a raise.
Mm-hmm.
We finished with the Broncos. So
I see.
where is this going to happen?
I see 3 possible
Oh,
candidates.
excuse me.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's go back to this upcoming week. The Raiders. The Minshew bump.
The Minshew bump.
Yeah. Remember how we said,
It's not just a Minshew bump.
but remember how we said that he is at his best when he's your last row and you just have to throw him in.
Right.
Kind of that situation now. AOC is hurt. It's at Vegas. The Chiefs always drop 1 or 2 division games every single year. So that was one of my possible losses. So week 8.
Didn't the Raiders, didn't they end their winning streak last year? Right.
Is that when Antonio Pierce became the interim head coach and
I think
kind of rattle off some wins?
Right.
We can look into that, but I think that sounds right.
Yeah. At very least, I do know that the Raiders did beat the Chiefs last year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know if it ended their unbeaten streak. There are some close ones in here, right? Like you look at the Bills.
Yeah,
the Bills
week 11, I have that
you
too.
look at anytime Herbert and Mahomes get together, that's
It's usually a shootout.
a shootout. Yeah. We've got Stroud.
Yeah, week 16 against the Texans.
I love these like young quarterbacks that are like ripping the ball around. Stroud and Love.
You could make the argument, like, besides Mahomes, if you had to start a franchise like right now, Stroud might be on the top of the list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his age and all of that.
The contract, you know.
The contract, yeah. And not considering any of that even, like, I think he's a legitimate player. He could put the ball anywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back to another X factor, to Baker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes in these games, it looks like they can throw the ball and score wherever they. Well, I know they lost Godwin, but they still have Evans, and Baker just making things happen.
I think Evans got.
And they can score in bunches when they're down.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that's gonna be my.
Is
pick.
it home or no? It is home. Okay, I was gonna say maybe that Tampa, some of that Florida heat, Florida weather. Because they don't play Miami, right? They always say like Miami, like the way they design that stadium. Do you ever hear about that? Like the Vizin sideline is always in the sun.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's like most often in the sun.
Right.
And the home sideline is in the shade. And it just destroys Vizin teams.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Raiders.
We think it's gonna happen right away, I guess.
Yeah.
8,
Raiders,
9.
Bills.
If not, it'll be week 15. The Browns after the Flacco trade.
Yes. Yeah. That'd be something else.
Uh-huh.
Just do it, Cleveland. Just do it. Just like what could
What have you got to
Flacco?
lose?
What could
What have you
Flacco cost you?
Exactly.
Like a 7th rounder,
Uh,
5th rounder.
some money in a washing machine.
Yeah. The old semi-pro.
Yeah.
I wish you were a washing
Wish it was
machine.
still a washing machine.
All right.
All right.
That was 4 down. Should we? What are we looking forward to next week? Or
Yeah. What are you looking forward to next?
what am I looking forward to? So the Chiefs losing the first game of the year, obviously, to the Raiders.
Obviously, yeah.
And me being right. Me continuing to be right about the Bengals. Remember I said the Bengals were going to make the playoffs, and they just rattled off another win
Right.
this past week.
You did.
So yeah, old takes exposed. How about you?
Football wise, there's going to be a really good game this weekend. A couple of desperate teams that were on our list. The Niners and the Cowboys play each other.
Yes,
That should be.
Yeah.
I mean, these are teams that need. This is the playoffs for them.
Yes.
For both teams.
Mm-hmm.
This is a get right game for two teams that are not right now. And this may be the one where, like you said, with the Bengals, whoever wins that game may be able to continue and climb in their division.
Also, assuming Jane Daniels is okay and can play, isn't Caleb versus Jaden this weekend?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Number 1 versus number 2.
Yeah. I mean,
That'd be huge.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And then, so after next week, a little teaser, I think. So after next week, we're basically halfway through the season, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
But we should maybe talk about tanking. what teams should tank, what teams.
Yeah, I know you've been sitting on
that.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think it's the time.
Halfway, yeah.
Right, we've got a segment we've been sitting on we want to talk about.
What NFL teams should tank.
Right.
What teams should just push through and try to make the playoffs.
Right. Maybe talk about the murder rule.
Yeah. Oh, what a crazy story. For those who don't know, there is, I don't know what's called.
Yeah, I forget.
But there is every league has a contingency plan in place. If 5 or more members of a team, so we're talking about NFL rosters, so the number's 5, die suddenly, you can there's a disbursement draft to pick players from the other team, which is just a wild thing to have.
We'll
yeah.
That's a tease. We'll
yeah.
bring that out a little bit down. We'll
that
do
would be great
first.
that'd be great for the Halloween episode.
Right.
All right.
There we go.
Yes.
Bring it up for Halloween. All right. So that was our 4th installment of the Undrafted Free Agents podcast. Like, subscribe, follow us, tell your people we've got something going on here, and hit us up if there's anything you want us to talk about. Right? We have our socials. If you know us, you know us. Send us a text, whatever. All right. Other than that, we'll see you in 7 days.
Yeah.
Another Tuesday.
I don't know where my
Tuesday
hand is.
morning quarterbacking, post Monday. You guys have a great Tuesday. We'll see you in a week.